Great day, welcome. This is your youbfit short. Today's youbfit short is awesome. It is, who are you when no one else is looking? Who are you when no one else is looking? If you think about it, every one of us have this image of what we want the world to see. Whether it's personal, whether it's social, whether it's professional, you have this image of the world that you want everybody else to see, and you want to put it out there. So everybody says, wow, this person's great. But every single day we make decisions that show whether we are courageous, whether we're cowardly, whether we have to choose between right or wrong, if it's convenient. Are we doing the convenient thing today? Or are we sticking to our convictions? Or are we craving the sake for comfort? Or today is just, I'm greedy. Or maybe you just want to seek some approval. All these things run through your head every single day. So there's decisions that you got to make. So several years ago, I remember this concept, and it was eye-opening for me. And it was a concept that I'm going to share with you today. And it was called Johari Window. The Johari Window. It was a concept that blew my mind, but what they talked about was self-awareness and basically understanding other people. So if you can visualize a window, you have a window and it has 4 window panes, 1, 2, 3, 4 around it, 4 window panes inside. And if you consider each one of those window panes a quadrant, all right, let's do it that way. If you have each one as a quadrant, each one of those quadrants are different areas of your life. You have the one that's a public self. The public self is basically the area that you're happy to share with everybody. You want to tell everybody, hey, this is me. Then you have that private self, which represents other things about yourself that's too private. You don't want to tell nobody. That's the stuff, the skeleton in the closet type stuff. You don't want to tell nobody about. And then you got the blind self, which is basically considered as views that other people know about you, but for whatever reason, it's blind to you because they won't tell you. For majority of reasons, we don't know why, but people, a lot of things they go through in your life that people can tell you about, they don't tell you. Lastly, you have an area which is basically the undiscovered self. And that's the area which you don't know about and the people that you know don't know anything about. Now, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be things that's probably going to remain a mystery forever. Never uncovered. So you got the 4 window panes. So why am I talking about this today? Because we all have those 4 window panes, each one of us. But it's a matter of how much that we're telling other people or we're allowing access to other people about ourselves. Some people will share a lot. A lot of people are very secretive and they don't want to say anything. So I'm going to give you a couple examples that I'll use. Me at the gym, let's say that you're working out. You're at the gym, you're working out like a maniac. Everybody's looking around, but you're really looking at everybody else to make sure people see you working out. But you end up saying, you know what, I'm not able to make it to the gym today. You go home and do it, and you don't do anything, or a little bit. It's just not the same desire. Maybe you're hanging out with friends at dinner. You go out for dinner, and you guys are sitting there at a restaurant, and you got this small little plate with salad and some chicken, and you're telling people, man, I'm on a weight loss program. People are like, wow, that's great, good for you. You get home, though, after that, and you devour everything in sight. Your discipline level is gone. You could be hanging out with friends, and all of a sudden you're saying, don't do this, don't do that, and you just do the opposite. Hypocrite, that's what I would say. But the most important thing is your self-talk. There are times that you don't even realize what you're saying to yourself. Because if other people are around, a lot of times we end up beating ourselves up. But if you said those same things to somebody else, they would not tolerate it. So my question to you is, why are you saying it to yourself? If you know other people won't tolerate it, why are you talking to yourself that way? Today, I'm keeping it real. I'm telling you, some people, not talking about you, but some people fake their way through life. When you do that, eventually people are going to read you like a book and realize you're a facade and you are not being genuine. You don't want to be in that scenario. So it's going to, not only that, by doing that, it affects your credibility, it affects your integrity, affects your self-esteem. I mean, let's face it, it's also exhausting when you try to be somebody else. You can't. Just don't even do it. It wears you down. So you can be a first-class you, but you can only be a second-class somebody else. So be a first-class you. Think about that. Take a minute and let it simmer. You remember back in the day you were probably growing up and you had one best friend and y'all were probably thick as thieves. Y'all hung out, probably wore the same clothes, you probably ate in the same places, you probably wore the same hairstyle, you probably talked the same way, you probably wore the same jewelry. Who knows? I mean, you guys were close as can be. Now, just because that's the case doesn't mean you change your personality and you act like somebody else. You still need to act like yourself. You know what the problem is? That we are quick to forget that we are born for greatness. We are created for success. We're born to soar. Success is definitely within each one of us, but we have a tendency to forget that. Why? You're a winner. You're born to win. So some people are going to say, okay, Wallace, that's great, but how do I change? What do I have to do to change? That's completely different for each one of you. You got to figure that one out for yourself. That's your problem. That's your deal. But I will tell you this, that you can speak life to yourself also. Instead of you saying, I'm not good enough, you could say, I can do it. Rather than you saying, I did it wrong or I failed, you could say, I am one step closer. I'm getting better. If you keep doing that, you keep saying positive things to yourself, I can guarantee you that little by little, your life will change. It's a done deal already. So remember, you can only be yourself because everybody else is taken. Trust me, everyone else is taken. So that is my youbfit tip for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you received it. I hope you believe it. And I want you to have a great day and you be fit.